Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome back to English session. Today, we are going to learn unit number 7, and the title is On Saying Please. After reading the title, what does come to your mind? Children, please and thank you are the golden words, aren't they? So, these words are really very important in our life. So after using these words, there is a miracle, there is a magic. Why there is a magic? Because saying please, when you are saying please to others, the work that you are not sure, that also can be completed. But if you are behaving rudely and you're not respecting the people, then there are less chances of getting your work completed. So saying thank you and saying please are very very essential in everyone's life, because people like to hear these words, right? So polite requests, yeah, giving respect, and that after all shows your civility, right? Your uh, etiquettes, your manners, your culture. So keep using these words, and this lesson by this extract by E.G. Gardiner focuses on the importance of saying please, and he also discusses about the whether it is a law to say thank you or sorry or please, or why is it necessary to use these words, right? He has made it very clear. Let me first tell you about the author. So A.G. Gardiner, who is also known as the Alpha of the Flow, right? It is his nickname. His full name is Alfred George Gardiner, was born in 1865 and passed away in 1946. He was a British journalist and author. His essays, written under the pen name I told just now, Alpha of the Plough, and they are highly regarded. He was also chairman of the National Anti-Sweating League, a pressure group which campaigned for a minimum wage in industry. So this shows about his social work as well. The essay on saying please opens with an instance of a young liftman in the city office who threw a passenger out of his lift for not saying the word please. The latter wanted to go to the top floor of the building and he would not say top please. This annoyed the liftman and threw the passenger out of his lift. The act cost the liftman his job. Gardiner then discusses the merits and demerits of the particular case, and then in his usual manner moves on to a discussion of politeness and its importance in social life of a man. Children, this story begins with the liftman story. Let us study that story and how the liftman means who operates the lift or elevator, and what made him to lose his job. Many times the people who are very rude in their profession, they have to lose the job. This is the best example. There is one warm-up activity, you can do it yourself, right? Match the pairs. Yeah. So let us start with the first paragraph. The young liftman in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. Children, whenever I am giving you the meanings of the new words, write them down. It's not possible for me to write here on the screen. So offense means a crime, criminal act. So children, there was a liftman. This is one example given by Guardian, that one day a passenger entered the lift and he did not say please, he said only top. Actually he was supposed to say top please, top floor. He wanted to go to the top floor, but that angered the liftman and he threw him out of the elevator or the lift. So undoubtedly in the wrong. His action actually was wrong. Whose action was wrong? Action of the liftman was wrong, according to the author. You may wonder, sir, how? Because there is no certain rule that you have to use the word please. There is not any law. This is just a custom. This is just a practice. So, it was a question of please. The complainant means the man who was thrown out. The complainant entering the lift said, "Top." The liftman demanded, "Top, please." And this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurled the passenger out of the lift. Actually, the liftman expected "Top, please," and he said only "Top," and that irritated him, that angered the liftman, and he refused, not only refused him to take in the lift, but he just he thought it as a breaking of rule or breaking of law, and he hurled the passenger. Hurled means threw him out of the throwing action of throwing, and comply means command. Write down all the words, right? This, of course, was carrying a comment on manner to for actually if we are going in the depth of the sentence, it shows the manner of the person also, right? Discourtesy is not a legal offense. Remember, children, discourtesy means being not polite, right? Courtesy means very politeness. Discourtesy is opposite of courtesy. So it is not a criminal act actually, like other criminal acts are there, stealing, murder, these are a criminal act. But not saying please or sorry, these are not criminal acts after all. And it does not excuse assault and battery. Assault and battery means physical attack. Actually, if someone is not saying sorry or please to you, can you start fighting? Can you go to fists? Fist means this. You're hitting someone with your fist. This is your fist. Closed hand is fist. So assaulted means attacks. Physical attacks are there many a times. People, their verbal fight converts into a physical attack many a times. So children, always be very polite to the people, because we don't know what type of people around us, right? So again, the poet has given some examples. If a burglar means burglar means thief, robber. A burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquit me. Acquit me means it will declare me innocence. Children, the prisoner is not a criminal unless his crime is proved. So, if the crime is not proved, they are acquitted. Acquitted means they are left with respect, with due respect, right? Many times you have watched in the movies also, the criminal, due to insufficient evidences, they are acquitted. Acquitted means I hope you got it. So, if the thief enters my house and I knock him down, if I hit him, court will acquit me, because why? There is a reason. And if I am physically assaulted, if someone attacks me, assaulted means attacked, it will permit me to retaliate. Retaliate means revenge. Children, write down all the words. Assaulted means attacked. Retaliate means revenge with reasonable violence. And if somebody attacks me, law has given me the freedom to attack back. I cannot keep quiet. If someone hits me, if someone starts beating me, I also can protect myself. So government has given me the right, isn't it? So many a times when a thief or a murderer comes, and if you hit them, right, the government, you are acquitted, right? Because you have done it just for the sake of your safety. But what's about this case, liftman's case, isn't it? It does this because the burglar and my assailant have broken quite definite commands of the law, but no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners or could sanction children. Actually, if with the burglar or the attacker, they are breaking the laws. So if I am what I say, if I am protesting them, that's not against the law. But what's about the culture, about the ethics, about manners? There is no certain rule that you need to say thank you or sorry, isn't it? So this is not offense actually. Could not sanction the use of violence against something which it does not itself recognize a legally punishable offense. Actually, unless and until it is a legally punishable offense, there is no certain law that stops you from allowing a person to enter the lift or a bus or anything, right? Just simply because the person did not say you thank you or sorry. There is no certain law. Bear in mind. And whatever our sympathy with the liftman, we must admit that the law is reasonable, isn't it? The liftman has lost his job, but many people will think, poor liftman. You may support him for a certain reason. You may say he was right, but children, according to law, he is not correct. He is not right, so he lost his job. Because we are abide by the laws, we have to follow the laws strictly. Legislature, isn't it? It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ear. Box people's ear, what do you mean by box people's ear? To hit the people around or on their ears for no reason. Children, because we did not like their behavior or the tone of their voices or the scowl on their faces. Scowl means a certain type of frowning, which is not good for you. Children, many a times we feel to beat the people, we feel to hit the people simply because we don't like their behavior or we don't like the way they are speaking or the way their gestures are. So, is it good to hit the people for every simple reason? This is not according to the law, because people have the freedom of expression, right? If that expression is not meant for you, why are you bothered about that expression? You are not supposed to box the people ears. Box the people ears means hit them, beat them, right? Our feasts, I told you, this is our feast, right? Our feasts would never be idle and gutters of the city would run with blood on them. And if this is the case, everybody will start hitting each other because I don't like your behavior, I don't like your walking style, I don't like your way of speaking, walking, talking, dancing, or anything else, right? If this is the case, then everyone will start beating each other and there will be the gutters full of blood. This is what the poet predicts, if this is the law. But fortunately, this is not the law, right? You cannot interfere, you cannot intervene in others' lives for no reason. There must be a certain reason, isn't it? Paragraph number 2. Children, there are new words everywhere in every line. I hope you are writing them down in your fair books. As and when you are watching my videos, you write down all the new words in your book itself. It's better to write with a pencil in your book itself, so that when you are reading the lesson or the poem, it will be easy for you to understand, isn't it? So paragraph number 2. I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. What does the poet say? So, retaliate, I told you, attack, counter attack. So, civil and uncivil. Civil means polite, uncivil means impolite. So, I may please and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. I may be haughty, haughty means very rude, or boorish, boorish means also rough. Haughty means unworthy, you can say. Boorish means rude, rough in behavior, right? And there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. Actually, when you are not behaving properly, there is no such penalty, there is no such punishment by the law. But you will be titled, you will be labeled as ill-mannered fellow. The law does not compel me, compel means force, to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. Children, the law does not stop me from waxing my mustache or dyeing my hair, right? People wax their mustache and dye their hair, and even they wear ringlets down my back, isn't it? So there are people who wear the ringlets in nose, anywhere, any part of their body, many a times, because there are no certain rules and laws. And the law does not compel him to say sorry or please or attune his voice according to the people's pleasure, because in life we cannot please everyone, we cannot satisfy everyone, right? That's quite impossible. You cannot make everyone happy. There will be people who will not be happy with you. There will be people who will have complaints about you. There will be people who do not like your lifestyle sometimes. But can you change yourself just because of some people? But on the contrary, there would be many people who want to copy you, who like yours behaviors, your manners. So these are the things the poet has given examples that he has the freedom to do anything, right? He does not bother about such things. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters, right? There are no allowances. Allowances means penalties, you can say. In the moral and intellectual damage, there will be moral damages, intellectual damages. Every now and then there will be damages to your feelings. So there are no certain laws unless it becomes very serious or severe. For minor breaking of hurting your feelings and all, there are no rules and regulations unless it becomes very severe for serious for your life. Third paragraph. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. Yeah, that is the absolutely right point. It does not mean that you will keep hurting the people, you will behave in a rude manner with everyone. It does not mean that. Even though there is no certain rule, we cannot neglect. These are not negligible. Negligible means we cannot avoid them, we cannot neglect them. It is probable that the liftman was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on his shins for which he could have got a legal redress. Actually, shin is a front part of your leg below your knees. Shin, right? Like chin. This is chin. Sorry, this is chin, cheek. Shins means below your knees, front part of your legs is shins. Actually, what does he feel that? Slur. Slur means cause to blame. And he was acutely hurt. Even the liftman was also hurt by what he regarded as a slur. Why he hurt? Because the passenger did not say sorry, the passenger did not say please, and he felt it as an insult for him. But children, remember, he had to lose his job because of his ego. Because let people say you thank you or not, many times you cannot force them. It is after all their manners, it is after all their choice to say you thank you or not. You cannot change the people all the times. You can ask them, you can expect, but you cannot force. So here, regarded as a slur upon his social standing, actually he felt that the passenger insulted him. He thought it was his social position. He considered his social position, because there are other people who are watching you. Many a times you take it as your uh, deterioration of your social standard, of your position, and then you feel it as an insult. So, have been if he had a kick on his shins for which he could have got a legal redress. Actually, if he would have hit the person on his leg, then he would have got a legal order. But here he threw him off the lift that caused him trouble and he had to lose his job, isn't it? The pain of a kick on the shins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect or our vanity may poison a hold. Actually, that's what I'm going to tell you. Listen, what I told you. Actually, the liftman expected that if he would have kicked him on his leg, it would be okay, but he did not say him, please, that hurt him actually. Because the liftman thought that if the passenger, if he would have kicked him on his leg, the pain would have gone after some time. But he did not say him, please, that will poison his whole day, and if his whole day is poisoned means he will not be happy. So it must have happened in the morning, and when you are in, if somebody hurts you in the morning, the whole day will not be good for you, right? So I can imagine that liftman denied the relief of throwing the author of his wound out of the lift, brooding over the insult by the hour and visiting it on his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium. Children, this is a fact. Many a times if someone hurts us, we hurt our subordinates. If the boss is hurt at home, the boss will express his anger on his workers, and the workers will express their anger on their children, and the children may express their anger on the dogs, and the dogs may express again their anger and to other passengers. So this is a chain many a times. So equilibrium means balance. Write down the words. Equilibrium means balance. So what was the thing? The liftman would definitely go to his home in the evening, and he will express his anger on his wife to maintain the balance. Otherwise, that anger, he cannot go and hit somebody else. So there are few things more catching than bad temper and bad manners. So bad temper and bad manners are not actually good for one's mental and physical health. There is one more example given here. When Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute, the latter means Captain Absolute, next one. Former means earlier and latter means next one. The latter went out and bullied his man Fag. Actually, Sir Anthony bullied Captain Absolute, and then Captain Absolute went and bullied his man Fag. Whereupon Fag went out downstairs and kicked the page boy. Right? So this is, I told just now, I gave example. How this cycle of anger, troubles the people. You are not escaped from it. Probably the man who said top to the liftman was really not getting back on his employer, who had not said good morning to him, because he himself had been henpecked at breakfast by his wife. Actually, listen carefully. I just know, again, one example the author has given, very nice. Why do you think the liftman did not say him top, please? Maybe because he's a boss, isn't it? And his employer did not wish him good morning. And why his employer did not wish him good morning? Because his employer's wife henpecked him. Henpecked means who always makes him listen lot of things. Henpecked. Henpecked means, always remember, my dear friends. There are men who are always henpecked. Their wives always keep shouting at them. So his wife must have scolded him at the breakfast time. So he went to the office. He did not say good morning to his boss. And his boss, probably the poor man who went to the lift and lost his job. Boss in the sense he may be having a position there, right? Not exactly boss. A higher position than the other employees. It made him to lose his job. This is a cycle. To whom the cook had been insolent because the housemaid had answered her back. Again, see, the story is not completed here. Why the wife of the employer henpecked him? Because the cook was very insolent. Why? The cook was very rude, right? Very rude to her. And why the cook was rude to her? Because the maid gave her bad answer. Housemaid, house servant, lady servant gave the cook bad answer. Then the cook insulted or ignored the wife or the mistress. The wife scolded her husband did not say good morning to their boss, and the boss did not say please to the liftman, and this is the reason. Probably the author is guessing that this is a cycle, isn't it? Then children, this is a kind of infectious disease. It's kind of infectious disease. It's spreading from one person to another, right? So when you make other people angry, they make others nervous, angry, upset. So this will keep going on. If you make someone happy, the person will make others happy too. So whatever you sow, so shall you reap. Isn't it, children? So we infect the world with our ill humors. Children, many a times we are infecting it. Now I gave the example of infectious disease. When we are very much ill-mannered, it really affects other people's life too. Bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendar. Calendar means in the record. Children, your bad manners, actually they are very worse than the crimes in your document, in your register. Because at least the crimes can be seen, the crimes can be visible, they are recorded. But what's about these bad manners? Because one crime will have a certain punishment. You're doing a crime with someone, then there will be a punishment. But what's about your one bad manner, ill-mannered behavior will poison many lives. So it is not good actually, right? It's not at all good. So then ill humors but bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendar, right? For one wife who gets a black eye from an otherwise good-natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom under the shadow of a morose temper. Morose means ill-tempered. Actually, see, a husband is always a good-natured husband, but sometimes he gives a black eye. Gets a black. She gets a black eye from him. Means gets negligence from him. Gets ill treatment from a good husband. So, what is the result of it after all? The many of the lives will be life of. Then 100 who live a life of martyrdom under the shadow of a morose temper. Because children, there will be 100 of people who will suffer because of single person's anger. Suppose that wife gets angry, she will show anger to her husband will show anger to her boss, his boss will show anger to other people. So many things will happen. Hundreds of people will be infected, will be affected as well. So, morose temper means ill-tempered. Write down this word. Morose means ill-tempered, right? Ill-mannered. Morose. How to read the word? Morose. And martyrdom means death. Martyr, you know that the one who dies for the nation, who becomes immortal. Martyrdom means you can say death. You can take here the meaning of death. Many people will experience death because of one person's ill temper. We have studied in you might have studied in history about Hitler's ill temper killed millions of Jew people, right? Hitler. But all the same, the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners, because law cannot protect our private manners, our everyday life, right? No decalogue. Decalogue means 10 documents, 10 commandments, 10 laws together. Deca, you know deca, hexa, right? Dio, bio. So no decalogue could cover the vast area of offences, and no court could administer a law which governed our social civility. Civility means manners, our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows and all our moods and our children. There are no rules, there are no laws still administered that how we should walk, how we should show our eyebrows, how we should show our moods to other people, how we should speak, how we should have the color of our eyebrows, or so many civil behaviors are there. There are no certain rules and restrictions, isn't it? So the author wants us to understand that it is up to us how we are behaving with the people. If we are very polite in our behavior, we will be in less trouble. If we are not behaving politely, we will invite trouble for ourselves and for the people who we come in contact with. So always have a very good behavior, right, with the people, and uh, politeness, isn't it? That's all. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next session, and you read the entire extract, and write down all the meanings. Make frame sentences of your own using them. Thank you for watching my video. See you again. Good luck.